It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. That, of course, brand new stuff from one of the greatest, if not the most unheralded of the great guitar players out there right now. That, of course, was brand new stuff from Brand New Revolution from Gus G. And on the phone right now, we have Gus G. Gus, how are you, man?
Hey, how are you? Thanks for the great intro.
Sure, man. Well, Gus, you're no stranger to all of this stuff, whether it's Firewind or Ozzy or doing solo stuff. And, you continue to put out records, and this is my opinion, that I'm assuming challenge yourself as a player. You obviously have a style that you use for Firewind, and that style is not what is necessarily needed for Ozzy. And then you go and do the solo records in between that might sound a little similar because it's you playing, but it really does seem that it does go into some directions where you're challenging yourself. Is that kind of why you do these kind of records?
I guess. I mean, that's the whole idea. I mean, why? When I started putting my first solo record together, I thought, what's the use of doing something that sounds exactly like Firewind and not call it Firewind? The idea was to kind of like break away from that and then, explore other avenues within hard rock, heavy metal genre still. But, some different roots of mine came, surfaced, and I just try to write different type of songs with different people, and, I get inspired from co-writing with other people as well, so... Like you said, you might hear some similarities because it's me playing and stuff. The sound is there; it's the same, but there's different influences.
Sure. Now, Gus, on Brand New Revolution, you worked with a lot of different singers and players. Doing that, and as you kind of mentioned here just now, you're bringing in a lot of different influences into it. So, do you write with the singers, or do you have music that you present to the singers to see if they have something that they can present to the music?
Well, usually the way that I do this is, I do all these demos in my home studio. I write stuff all the time, so I do all the arrangements. From the riffs, I play the bass, I program the drums and stuff like that, and then I'll send the songs to the demos to a singer, whoever it is I'm working with at the time, and then I ask them to send me back like vocal ideas or lyric ideas and stuff like that. Sometimes I might have a title or an idea about like that, but usually I let the vocal melodies, I let the singers do all that, and that's how we complete the songs. We collaborate like that.
Sure. Now, do the songs generally come out the way that you had them pictured in your mind, or do they tend to morph as you add vocals or melody lines and whatnot, where maybe you change arrangements to fit what somebody's presenting to you?
So far, we didn't have to do that really to rearrange something for somebody to sing over, because I get to work with really great singers, and all of these guys are just so, they have amazing range, and they're all, really good co-writers, songwriters themselves. So we never really had any problems. Like I usually, it's very simple. I'll just send them the demo, and they'll send me back. What I'll tell them is like, I want you to surprise me. I don't have, if I don't have like a specific vocal line in mind, I'll just tell, the guys like if it's Jacob Bunton or Jeff Scotsoro that I'm working with, I'll tell them, surprise me, send me back something to check out, and then, 9 out of 10 times it's something fantastic, and then we'll do some, small alterations here and there, maybe fix some lyrics or some lines here and there, and then more or less it's ready to go.
Sure.
I like to work basically with people that are, we're on the same page together musically. We work fast, and, the inspiration has to be there. If a song takes too long to put it together, then the magic kind of goes away. You know what I mean?
Sure, definitely. It's interesting, though, because if I was, as a fan, I would never picture you being on the same musical page as Jacob Bunton. You just, from what I've heard of him, whether it be Lynam or Adler or whatnot, that's a different thing than you generally do.
I agree, and that was a strange thing about that. It was a strange musical chemistry there. But it's like sometimes these things they either work out or they don't. And with Jacob, we wrote one song together on my first album last year. It was a song called "Just Can't Let Go," and I was blown away by how good this guy was. You look at a guy like Jacob, and that, he looks very glam rock and stuff, and that might kind of like mislead you. But the guy has an amazing rock voice, and he's a great songwriter. And I just started sending him more riffs, and I just wanted to pick this guy's brain and see really what he can come up with. And he came up with great stuff, and we wrote like 4 or 5 songs very quickly, and they sounded great.
Sure, and so obviously then you feel a really good chemistry with him this time around, because you did 5 songs on the new record with Jacob?
Exactly, yeah, 5 songs, I think, yeah.
Yeah, that's excellent. And you also worked with one of my friends, Mr. Jeff Scott Soto. How was that this time?
Oh man, he's great. Jeff's great. I mean, we did a couple of years ago. We wrote 2 songs together. One was for my album, and then I returned the favor by writing another song for his album that he was putting together, his new band Soto. And then we did some shows in America together, and we really hit it off. There was that's another guy who's, like I said, is the musical chemistry is there. So this time around, I had a couple of riffs laying around, and I said, "Hey man, what do you think about these?" And again, he came up with the vocal lines very quickly and stuff, and the lyrics and everything, and it was really good stuff. And it's like you work with a guy like Jeff Scott Soto. It's gonna be killer. It's gonna the quality is gonna be there. It's unquestionable, really.
Sure. Now, one thing that is no secret to anybody, Gus, is that you're obviously also the guitar player in Ozzy, and seems like on this side that Ozzy is and continues to be very busy with Black Sabbath. So is there anything new in the horizon, or are you guys kind of on hiatus for a while that all works itself out, or where does that stand?
Yeah. Well, I guess it seems to be like that. I mean, I don't really know what's going on, because like 2 months ago we were in South America and we did some shows, and we have a couple of festivals. It's more like sporadic gigs here and there this year. I guess he's maybe just filling the gaps, really, before Black Sabbath starts again. I'm not sure what they're going to do next year. Originally they said they were going to do some more stuff this year, but then they said it's going to be 2016. So you never know with these guys. I just go along. If there's any, if I get the call to do a show or a tour, of course I'm there. So
sure.
It's hard to say what the plans are.
Sure.
In that camp,
Is that in some way, and I'm certainly not trying to stir shit up, just curious for you, is that frustrating on some level for a guy like you that is so musically creative and who generally likes to be on the road?
Well, it's thank God I have other projects happening. I mean, I already I had Firewind before I joined Ozzy, so it's like, obviously I would have liked to do another record with Ozzy quicker and then stay on the road and stuff. But like I said, that's not my own band. I play for him, so you just have to you really you can't take those a gig like that for granted. So luckily, I can put out my own records, and I have my own band. So if I'm not playing with him, I'll be doing something else.
Sure, definitely. And is there new Firewind on the horizon? I'm assuming after you've had time to let this record do what it's going to do and tour and that type of stuff. Are you planning on doing some more Firewind stuff?
It's kind of early to say, because right now I'm having a lot of fun doing the solo thing. Okay. But we do have one show confirmed. We're going to be part of the 70,000 tons of metal cruise.
Okay.
And that's going to be February 2016. That's going to be our first show in 3 years with the guys. So it's going to be a pretty special event for us, at least. So we're going to get on that boat and then have fun for 5 days, play a couple of sets, and then we see where we go from there.
Sure. Have you done the cruise before or no?
No, it's going to be the first time. So, and then it's funny because I'm doing that cruise with Firewind, and then 2 weeks later I'm doing the the Monsters of Rock cruise with my solo band.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Well,
So I'm going to be going on a lot of cruises.
No kidding. From what I know, Gus, you've always been kind of the guy that has no problems going out, shaking the hand, taking the picture, the autographs, etc. You're going to get a lot of that on the cruise. Are you looking forward to that, or is that almost frustrating that you'll be on a cruise, but you're really kind of not going to have your own time to yourself?
No, man, I think it's going to be fun. I did one cruise 2 years ago, but not in America. It was in Germany. It was a Wacken metal cruise, and we played there with Firewind. And, I thought it was going to be, pretty weird, but actually was very nice and very relaxed. And all my friends that play in other bands and stuff and have done all those cruises have said the same thing about all of them. Everybody's pretty laid back and just having a good time. Nobody's busting anybody's balls. So I'm really looking forward to meeting up with fans and just, and hanging out, socializing, and playing, of course.
Sure. Definitely. Well, Gus, the new record is called Brand New Revolution. It does have a video out there for it. Tell us a little bit about the video. The video was, we filmed it in Sweden with my favorite director. His name is Patrick Oleus. He's done tons of videos for me in the past, and it's a very cool performance clip. Actually, we built like a huge set of the album cover. We built like almost like a whole set, like a real city with a spaceship there. And we basically just played in that thing. And it's a cool high energy clip. It's got a nice vibe to it, and check it out. And we also shot another video that's gonna come out soon for the song "What Lies Below" with Elise Reed from Amaranth. Okay, very cool, excellent. Well, Gus, touring plans. Are there touring plans with this? And if there are, who is the singer?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm actually I start touring Europe in a couple of weeks. I'm going out with the guys from Camelot.
Okay.
We're doing a whole month here. And for that tour, I'm going to have a guy from Germany called Henning Basse fronting my band. And then what am I doing after that? I'm doing after that I'm going on a clinic tour, another month in Europe, actually doing guitar clinics and stuff. And and what else after that? I guess
then you'll be cruising
Japan with Ozzy,
right?
Ozfest Japan. And then I'm finishing up the year by playing a couple of shows here in Greece. And, then it's time for the cruises in Miami. So hopefully there's going to be a lot of touring in the States after that.
Absolutely. Now, Gus, I'm gonna make you put on your prediction hat here, and I'll let you say which you would rather have happen: a new Ozzy tour, a Firewind tour that allows you to tour the States with it, or a solo breakout where you kind of have like the same sort of success that we'll say like Slash is having with his band that started out in a very similar fashion. Which would you pick to happen for you?
Wow, that's what a dilemma, right? Well, right now I'm really in a solo mode. My head, my whole head is like into that solo artist mode. I'm really enjoying that, and one of my desires is to do my first U.S. solo tour, actually. So I'd really love to see that happen. Not that I don't want to continue. I mean, I don't want to continue with my other projects and stuff. So
sure.
And with Ozzy, you can never tell or predict what's going to happen with that. So I'm not even going to try and predict what's going to happen in the Osborne's camp. That's not up to me. But as far as I can tell, I'd love to tour more as a solo artist right now.
Absolutely. Well, Gus, the new record, as we said, is called Brand New Revolution, and I don't believe we've had you on the show before, so I'm going to ask you what's known as the traditional classic metal show question. Has nothing to do with you, but everybody seems to have an answer. How has Lemmy from Motorhead influenced your career?
Musically, not really, actually.
Okay.
I was never really a lot into Motorhead, but, I guess I have to say, though, without guys like Lemmy, heavy metal wouldn't be heavy metal that we know today, and probably we wouldn't be playing this music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely, man. Well, all right, Gus. Well, once again, the new record is called Brand New Revolution, and as a tradition on the show, we always let the artist pick a closing track from the record. So what would you like us to wrap this up with, and maybe tell us a quick story about the song?
Good question. Thank you. So, I mean, I don't know. We can maybe play the title track of Brand New Revolution.
Okay, and what's the story there?
The singer is Jacob Bunton, and it's the title track of the record, and it's a cool up-tempo rocker. I don't know. What can I say? Just check it out. It's a good track.
All right. Well, simple as that. We'll play the good track. It is Brand New Revolution. It is Gus G right here on your Classic Metal Show.